And we now go back to Rocky Ignacio's report, where President Aquino has ordered to step up efforts to provide relief and rebuild areas devastated by Super Typhoon Yolanda.
President Aquino orders concerned agencies to step up the relief, rescue, and rehabilitation efforts in areas devastated by Super Typhoon Yolanda. Cabinet Secretary Rene Almendrez said the President instructed cabinet members to formulate a framework for a more coordinated response to assist victims of the killer typhoon.
This will come out to be one of the largest logistic and relief operation that the Philippine government has ever done in history. And the President wanted to make sure that we have aligned everything.
The President wants immediate execution of the plan to ensure efficient flow of relief goods from the government and from international donors. The government sets up a one-stop shop in Cebu for donations and immigration process for medical teams as part of foreign aid.
To help alleviate the challenges of bringing goods and people into the Philippines, we also decided na as much as possible, all incoming international flights will not be encouraged into the Metro Manila airports. Bakit po, di ba? Congested na rin po yung Manila National Airport. So ayaw natin dagdagan yung problema na yun, especially because these are very large planes. I think we had two 747s that landed in Cebu yesterday. I think we have a Starlifter coming in either tonight or tomorrow morning from Israel. So if kung papayagan natin na maglanding to sa Manila, lalo lang hong mako-congest. So what we've decided on is we are going to set up a special processing center in Cebu. So the Bureau of Immigration will have a team there to process all the immigration requirements.
The President earlier appointed DOTC Secretary Emilio Junobaya as transport czar to ensure supply of relief goods will reach typhoon victims, especially from isolated areas, as soon as possible.
Into Tacloban. So that again, the President appointed Secretary Junobaya as the SAR on how to move things. He's the transport guru now. So air, land, and sea is at his disposal to make sure we move the goods just as fast as we can pack them po.
Almendrez added that the government will establish additional repacking sites for relief items to major cities like Cagayan de Oro and Davao.
We are also stepping up repacking in the major cities throughout the country. Okay, so there are places like Cagayan, places like Davao are all stepping up. DSWD will be expanding their centers there, their supply centers there, to be able to pack additional goods so that they can contribute now.
2 more distribution centers will be set up in Tacloban City, while the DSWD started the Cash for Work program to help typhoon victims be productive despite the tragedy.
Now you can reach Giwan by air and by land from Manila, but if it comes from Cebu, it will be by air only. So we will put the resources in Giwan para masuportahan din natin lahat ng mga towns on the eastern side of Samar from Giwan. So that explains the scenario. Now why goods are not reaching some people, that's really a local issue that we're trying to address now. So Sec Dinky is working with local governments, with barangay captains, because these are the most powerful channels that we can use to make sure that goods flow to where they are.
Malacanang renewed its call for Filipinos to unite while the country is trying to rise from the tragedy. Almendrez said enormous damage to lives and property should be considered as a challenge not only for the Aquino administration but to the Filipinos as well.
I don't think this is an acid test of this administration. This is an acid test of the Filipino people. And acid as it may be, I am so sure that the Filipino people will overcome this. The whole world is celebrating our reputation for our resilience to these things. Sabi nga nila, di ba, the Lord will not give you a challenge that you cannot handle. And in faith, I claim, totoo yun. So, what is it for President Aquino's rest of the term? He's not going to be the president anymore in 2016. But how well we handle this crisis will matter a lot in the future of the country. Before this crisis happened po, we were looking at a lot of good news. We were looking at our demographic sweet spot, which is going to start 2015. We were looking at a potential inflection point when our gross per capita income breaches a certain level nahahataw na siya just like every other country. And we were looking at 2018. That's even beyond the term of President Aquino. But we had a plan on how to make that work. Clearly, this experience adds challenges in the growth and in the progress that we were planning for the country.
For the People's Television, Rocky Ignacio.